Assalamualaikum everyone and to our respective lecturer, Sir Azib. Today, we'll be presenting about the data that we've been collected regarding the level of political awareness among university students. Our group consists of 6 members, which is Alisa, Alia, Aina, me, Shafila, Irina, and lastly, Anis.
So before we start our presentation, I want to show you guys the table of contents that we are going to go through in this presentation. So the table of contents includes the summary of proposal, presentation of result that includes charts and relevant practical concept, and the last one is Islamic values. First of all, we are going to present summary of proposal. The level of political awareness issue among university students can be addressed by applying transformational leadership theory, which could challenge student perspective on politics, encouraging critical thinking and active participation. Political culture shapes how people, particularly university students, engage in governance, but issues like low voter turnout and lack of awareness about political roles can weaken participation and understanding in democratic system. Next, the study uses an online survey method, which consists of variety questionnaire to efficiently measure the level of political awareness among university students. The online survey that we use is Google Form. And the last one, low political awareness among university students is suspected due to inadequate civil awareness among the public, including youth, and lack enthusiasm about national and international politics. We have asked university students to help us in answering this online survey and managed to get 65 respondents. 58.5% of them are foundation students, 16.9% of them are diploma students, and 12.3% of them are degree students. We also got students from different academic programs such as TAM, STPM, and A-level. 40% of them agree that it is very important for university students to be political aware, and 9.2% of them thinking that it is not very important for university students to be political aware. We will go through these questions one by one. The first question is, how often do you follow political news? 70.8% of these university students voted occasionally, 12.2% of them voted weekly, and only 7.7% of them voted daily. And also, there's 9.2% of these university students never follow political news. The second question is, will you vote in the next general election when you are eligible? 80% of these university students voted yes, and there are some students voted no, and 18.5% of them voted maybe. The next question is, what is your main source of political information? In this chart, social media got the highest votes for the main source of this university student to get political information, which is 69.2%. The news website also have the attention of university student to find political information, which is 15.4%. And we also have the other source like family and friends, television, and also university lectures. Moving on to the next question, which is the second last question. How familiar are you with the government ruling in Malaysia? There are students who are very familiar with the government ruling in Malaysia, which is 24.6%, but many of them, which is 69.2%, just somewhat familiar with it. Unfortunately, there are also some students who are not familiar with government ruling at all. Finally, we have reached to the last question, which is, would this university student participate in political activities like signing petition, attending forum, or joining youth movement? 58.5% of them voted maybe, 26.2% of them voted no, and 15.5% of them voted yes. We also asked this university student to name us at least 2 major political parties that they might know, and we got many answers. Most of them knows the parties of Barisan Nasional and also Pakatan Harapan. We also get the answer like PAS, PKR, UMNO, and also Perikatan Nasional.
So now I'm going to be presenting to you guys about 2 relevant political concepts from our survey. For the first concept is political socialization. According to Scrimshaw College, political socialization refers to the lifelong process through which individuals develop their political belief, value, attitudes, and behavior, shaping their understanding and engagement with the political system. According to our result, there are 69.2% of students reported being somewhat familiar with the current ruling government in Malaysia, while there are 17.8% of students they occasionally follow political news. This reflects the influence of political socialization as their awareness and interest in political affairs. Agents of political socialization, such as media, family, education, peer group, workplace, and religious institutions, play a crucial role in addressing this issue among students. For the first agents, the education system serves as a vital agent in raising political awareness by providing formal education about the importance of politics and responsibility of citizens in democratic society. Through structured learning and civic study, this can develop deeper understanding about politics among students. Secondly, according to the result, there are 69.2% of students identified the media as their main sources about politics for information. This highlights the media's powerful role as an agent of political socialization. It not only provides access to the current political development, but also helps shape student perspective on political issues. This emphasizes that media literacy have a significant role in developing the way people interpret the political events and policies. For the last agent, according to the survey, there are 58.5% of students responded maybe when asked about their willingness to participate in political activity. Peer group are the most influential agent in encouraging students to develop an interest in actively participating in political activity and motivating them to become more involved in political process. For example, involved in voting during elections. So the next relevant political concept is political participation. The definition of political participation based on Longley in 2021, political participation means getting involved in like politics. So for example, like voting, signing petitions, attending forums, or discussing political issues. Basically, it's about how we as citizens take part in shaping our government and our society. So the first one is voting intention. From our survey, we found that 80% of university students said that they would definitely vote in the next general elections. This shows a strong interest in formal political participations. It means that students are aware of their voting rights and are ready to take part of the process. It shows that many of us understand that voting is one of the most direct ways to make our voices heard. So, other political activities, when we asked about informal participations like joining political forums or signing petitions, 58.5% of students said maybe. This shows that while a lot of students are open to getting involved, they are still unsure. Uh, it's like maybe they don't know where to start, or maybe they feel like their participations wouldn't make a difference. So what this means is the fact that more than half of the students are at least considering these activities is a good sign. It means that there is a potential for more youth movements, youth involvement in the future, especially if we've given more support or awareness about how to get involved safely and effectively. So, in conclusion, our data shows that university students are already participating in politics mainly through voting, and many are also open to exploring more ways to be involved. Political participation is clearly present among students, and with the right push, it can definitely grow stronger.
Now, I will present the explanation of the results. In this part, I will talk about two things. One, the causes of the results. Second, implications for the future. Now, let's look at the causes of the result. Based on the survey results, only 15.4% of students reported to participate in political activities. So this low participation rate may be influenced by the fact that most respondents are foundation level students aged 18 to 19 years old who may feel politically inexperienced or uncertain about their role in civic engagement. Additionally, cultural and institutional norms in Malaysia could discourage youth political involvement as it is often viewed as sensitive or controversial. However, despite this low participation, 40% of students indicate that political awareness is the highest importance to them. This shows that their exposure for national or global issues often discussed in academic settings or online, which plays a significant role in raising their awareness. Moreover, a strong willingness to vote was shown by 80% of respondents, reflecting a high level of civic intentions. This also indicates that many students are mentally prepared to take part in democratic processes, especially if given proper education and empowerment. The data also shows that 69.2% of students rely primarily on social media for political information, while 70.8% follow political news only occasionally. So this suggests that although students are digitally engaged, their understanding may be on surface level due to the lack of formal civic education, which is further supported by 69.2% who report being only somewhat familiar with government structures. Now, I will talk about implications for the future. Firstly, looking ahead, students' political engagement is expected to increase as they mature and transition into adulthood. This growth will be stronger if educational institutions invest more in civic education and provide platforms that make political participation more approachable and meaningful for the youth. Second, social media will continue to play a major role in shaping young people's political understanding. Therefore, it is vital to pair digital outreach efforts with stronger media literacy programs that help students critically navigate bias, misinformation, and propaganda online. And finally, with 80% of respondents expressing eagerness to vote, young Malaysians have the potential to become a decisive electoral force. This development should encourage political parties, civil society organizations, and educators to actively engage with youth voices, values, and concerns. It is in order to foster a more inclusive and representative democracy.
Now, we will be presenting about the two related Islamic values. First, Islamic values, seeking knowledge. Alright, so based on our findings, 69.2% of university students somewhat familiar with the current ruling of the government, 70.8% follow political news only occasionally, and 69.2% depends on social media as their main source of political information. From an Islamic perspective, acquiring truthful and beneficial knowledge is not just encouraged, it is a duty. Allah says in the Quran, say, O Prophet, are those who know equal to those who do not know? None will be mindful of this except people of reason. Surah As-Zumar, verse 9. Alright, so this verse highlights the importance of knowledge and indicates that those who learn and truly understand the truth are more likely to make rational and thoughtful decisions. So developing political awareness through reliable sources is aligned with the Islamic value of using knowledge to promote justice and good governance. Therefore, in the context of politics, this means Muslims should avoid blindly accepting information simply by scrolling through social media and neglecting to frequently check political news. Instead, they should verify information and strive to be well-informed students and responsible citizens, enabling them to be more familiar with the current ruling of the government.
And the second Islamic values related to the results we collected is responsibility in Islam. The results show 80% of students want to vote in the next general elections when they are eligible. 58.5% of students want to participate in political activities, such as signing the petitions, joining the forums, and joining the youth movements. And 40% of students strongly think it is important for them to be politically aware. Hence, the history of the results show the lack of deeper political engagement that reflect a gap in fulfilling one of the key responsibilities in Islam. From an Islamic perspective, political awareness and social involvement is not just optional, but they are part of the responsibilities that was entrusted to every Muslim. As stated in Sahih al-Bukhari, narrated by Ibn Omar, all of you are guardians and responsible for your wards and the things under your care. So this is Hadith 893. This hadith highlights that in Islam, responsibility is a shared duty. So thus every individuals and Muslims in their own role is a guardian who must act with care, with honesty, and with accountability. So this includes university students. Since students is a part of society and the future leader, so they are guardians of knowledge and the next generations. They are responsible for making informed decisions. So they must take things like political awareness and social involvement seriously. For example, they need to engage in voting, engage in speaking up on social issues, and participate in political process that will shape their communities because they are entrusted with the society. Hence, failing to engage with these areas will contradict with the Islamic value of responsibility and accountability. Therefore, political participation is not only a civic duty, but there's also a reflection of a Muslim's commitment to fulfilling their role as a responsible member of society. So that's all from us. Thank you.